and you've only got 200 compliance officers in liquor and gaming, so they can't be everywhere in the state every day. How is that going to work? We're just not going to check unvaccinated people?
Well, not at all. We had provisions in place prior to Delta, and it's no different from individuals checking in with their QR codes, making sure that they're doing the right thing, but also that businesses aren't flagrantly disregarding their COVID safety plans. What's worked very well is that our compliance officers have done spot checks on businesses. In most instances, businesses, for example, satisfied 8 out of 10 COVID safety plans and then were supported in getting them completely done. So this is about working together to make sure that businesses and individuals support one another. All of us, the good news is that we're all in this to succeed. We all want to succeed. We all want to do well. We all want to have as little disruption as possible. And I'm confident that this will happen. And sure, people can talk about the exceptions and what may or may not occur. Let's see what happens once we open up on the 11th, because I have inherent faith that it's in the interest of businesses, individuals, community and government for all of us to do the right thing.
What's the situation in Byron Bay? They've obviously just come out of lockdown. Does this new case send it back into lockdown? And are the 7-day snap lockdowns in the regions enough if it's going to be open, close, open, close?
Well, a couple of things there. Firstly, we always rely on the health advice as to whether a region goes into lockdown. Secondly, all those situations kind of extinguish on the 11th of October. So then it becomes really about vaccinated people and unvaccinated people. So from the 11th of October, the stay-at-home orders are lifted across the state. So that puts us into a new phase, a different phase of looking at the way in which we're dealing with COVID. And I want to make that clear. So there'll be much more certainty from the 11th of October, because it will be more about individuals exercising freedom who are completely vaccinated. And again, I want to remind people across the state, especially in the regions, that if you're not vaccinated, you will go backwards. If your business doesn't have employees that are vaccinated, your patrons aren't vaccinated, you won't be able to operate. And so just a warning to everybody in the regions, please make sure you get yourself vaccinated if you haven't already, because you could very well go backwards from the 11th of October. We've been very clear about this point, and I just stress to everybody there is still time to get in your first shot and then your second shot. Because ultimately we don't want to see seeding anywhere, including in the regions, and that's why only the fully vaccinated will be able to participate in business activity and obviously hospitality at that time.
The risk to businesses. Will a business have to shut down if a case tests positive inside the venue from October 11?
Well, we're obviously going through those details. As I explained a couple of days ago in the Doty report, there's clear guidelines about what tracking, tracing, isolation and quarantine looks like. We're going through all those issues, and obviously it depends on the type of business and how large the business is. But when you have the vast majority of your adult population vaccinated, it does change how you track and trace and isolate people and when what's regarded as a close contact. So health is going through that difficult process and advising government. Obviously we'll provide that information to the public. But we should all assume that if we are at a venue where there's been a case and we're at the venue at the same time, that we'll be required to isolate for that 14 days, and we should also assume that the business will be temporarily shut to do a deep clean. But can I just make this point that there is some detail around this which health is still providing government advice on, and we'll make that information clear. But it also goes to schools. For example, we expect there to be cases in schools, regrettably. Does it mean the whole school shut down or just a year? So we're going through all those processes now, and we'll give the community good advice ahead of that.
You just said that people who are at the venue at the same.
Sorry. Care visits, will residents in aged care centres also have to be vaccinated, and are children included in that to visitors?
I'll ask Dr. Chant to correct me if I'm wrong, but it's essentially everybody involved has to be fully vaccinated, and it's 2 per day. So obviously children under 12 are excluded from that.
Is there any consideration to opening them before October 25 and the improved vaccination rates?